What's up, guys? Welcome to the New York Jets breakdown. This is going to be my most extensive guide that I've ever released, and that's because of how much content is in here. There's around 70 plays and I think 14 formations, so lots of content to go over. So I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible while still being effective with the point I'm trying to convey or how you guys should run the play. If you have any questions whatsoever, all you have to do is click on the title of the video. That will take you to YouTube, and then you can leave your comment. Also, if you click on the description of the video, you can click on the different timestamps for the different formations, which will make it easy to navigate the video and get to a certain formation that you want. And that's pretty much it. So any questions, and also for easy navigation, just click on the title of the video because you're probably watching this on my website. And with that being said, let's get into the first formation. Alright guys, first formation is single back wing pair. Before I get into the breakdown, just want to set the tone for the entire video. I'm going to be going against random defense every single time, and that's only to be efficient. If you have any questions on how a certain play beats a certain coverage, like I said, click the title of the video and leave a comment, and I will definitely answer. So I'm just doing random. I know this is a 3 tight end set, so if I click random and he comes out in quarters 3-man deep, that's just the way it is. I know that's not very realistic. But everything I have designed in this playbook is meant to beat any kind of coverage in some way or form. Doesn't mean you're going to get a 30-yard gain every time. There's just a route that is there just in case they call a certain coverage. So everything is designed to have a backup against every coverage. With that being said, let's get into the breakdown. Talk about the personnel first. You want a running back who can catch the ball and has good carrying. To me, carrying is the most important stat of a running back. Turnovers decide games. So you don't want to have a little guy who, if he runs between the tackles and gets popped, he's going to cough it up. You want someone who can hold on to the ball, but also has the ability to catch the ball. Le'Veon Bell, obviously a beast running back. He can do everything. Tight ends, basically just have your best tight end wherever you have your wherever your favorite passing play is. Whoever has the money route, you want to have your best tight end there. My favorite passing play is PA Sprint HB flat, so we're going to have our best tight end here at the end of the line. So that's preference, and let's get into it. HB dive, one of my favorite runs. It's so basic, but it's effective. 7.1 yards on average. Go against random. This I would call against any kind of defense. 3-4 odd, 4-3, 4-4. You're probably going to find some kind of success. Snap the ball. This is also in your audibles, by the way, for this formation. You often get one-on-one with a linebacker. Just make him miss. It's usually the user. And you can get a big gain like this, as long as you make that guy miss. Even if you don't make him miss, you're still going to get a positive gain more often than not. I don't think I've ever been blown up in the backfield. Unless they really shoot that gap and they see this play coming. But we have some good play action passes that's going to make it very tough for them to do stuff like that. So there we go. That's a typical run, 7-yard gain. Quarters 3-man deep, who cares? Okay, so first passing play is going to be jet 6 drive. Go against random, like I said. Block A, drag X, and out route Y. That's all you're going to do. The goal is to get RB open. He's on a corner route, and he should get good separation against man coverage if you have a good tight end here. Sometimes if he doesn't have good route running, then the cornerback can break up the pass, but he's often not going to pick it. And then against zone coverages, he finds a nice spot in zone coverages as well. So snap the ball, pass lead to the sideline, and get yourself a 15-yard gain. It's a very sharp cut. This is goal line. Just going to run the ball real quick. Block A, drag X, and out route Y. Your play should look like this. Goal is to get it to RB. Man coverage, that's not a very realistic play you're going to see. Right there, the linebacker was dropping way back. We'll take our 3 or 4 yards. It's a very easy read. A lot of the passing plays out of this formation were basically putting cloud flats and purples in a predicament. If you wait long enough, sometimes he will get right behind that purple. We get nice time in the pocket because of our tight end at the end who is blocking, which is A. Right here, get it to our running back and pick up some nice rack. So, solid play. Not a money play or anything, but very easy to read. You have plenty of time in the pocket. Next play is PAX burst cross. This is a play that can get usered, so be careful running it. But we're blocking 7, so we have plenty of time in the pocket to make our decision. So block B in fade X, and that's all you're going to do. Like I said in the pass play, all we're really doing in this formation is putting a lot of stress on their cloud flats or purples. We're making them in a pick and choose scenario. We have X who is clearing out, and then we have Y and A coming to the left side of the field. So snap the ball. See what happens. We have A wide open for a 22-yard gain. That play can get usered. That route can get usered. Be careful. Don't force it in. If he's in that area, do not throw that ball. Right here, try to get out of the pocket. There's a spy. Maybe wait a little bit. See if anything breaks open. Be careful. And if you don't like what you see, throw the ball away. Right here. Running back's open. A was about to come open, but the pass rusher remained very nice. Block shed and got the sack. Messed up there. Block A. Last time I'll run it. Good matchup. Take the easy throw and pick up your 15 yards. So, like I said, it's a very stoppable play, especially if you use it more than once, because they'll just take A away and then play hard flats, and everything's taken away at that point, and that's pretty much it. So that is the single back wing pair. Let's move on to the next formation. Okay, guys, next formation is Singleback Ace. This is one of the most balanced formations in the entire playbook because of our ability to run the ball and pass the ball. So Singleback Ace, as far as personnel goes, just have your 2 best wide receivers and your 2 best tight ends on the field, and that's pretty much it. The first place we're going to go over is HB toss crack. I know it's not very impressive with the 1.6 yards on average, but the way I use it, it's actually a very solid play in the red zone, or specifically on the goal line. Because it gives us a nice, safe chance to get in the red zone. Sorry, not the red zone, the end zone. So just go against random. So this is goal line. This is actually most effective against goal line, in my opinion. The way this play is designed is, by the way, this is very similar to how the Patriots won the Super Bowl on that last play. It's a toss crack. So wide receiver motions over, and he'll pick up the edge defender who has an M above him right now. The tight end's going to pull and either pick up the inside linebacker or the cornerback who's on the motion wide receiver right now. So snap the ball. Boom, get the chop block and get to the outside. So this play is very good against goal line. If they use something like 4-4, it's a little bit more scary to run this kind of play. So right here, the way it's going to work is Martavis is going to come and motion and crack on the left defensive end. And at that point, the tight end is going to pull, and he's going to pick up the cornerback or the safety. We're going to be one-on-one with one of them. This isn't a very good look to run this play. I would actually feel more comfortable audibling to the 23 zone open, flipping to the right, and then running that play. But I'll show you what's going to happen. We'll get one-on-one probably. If you get the crack, I mean, the guy didn't even crack on the defensive end. That was really bad. Bad execution. Right here is a decent look. We want to flip it so we get crack on the outside defender, get a nice pull, and there we go, get in the end zone. So this is the only time I'd run this play, is towards this part of the field. So that is the first run. The next is 23 zone open. This is a more traditional run that you'll use anywhere. Let me back up the ball. I don't know why the ball moves so slowly this year. Okay, 23 zone open. Look for the green box. That's generally what I do. And you oftentimes get nice blocking. You're not going to probably see that every play or anything, but flip it, see if you get a green box somewhere. And there we go. So 23 zone open, a very reliable run with some nice zone blocking. First passing play. ace wide receiver stretch at the bottom. Random play. Very simple setup. All we're going to do is drag A. So the goal of this play is to clear out the left side of the field completely with our deep route. So X and Y are just kind of clearing everything out. And then we have A coming underneath and B coming over to the top. So see what happens. You can read Y. See if you like that. Plenty of time in the pocket allows us to get to the deep crosser. That can get usered, but if he's, for instance, using the left middle linebacker or left inside linebacker, you can usually throw it to Y. So read right here. Robber came down. He's past the robber at this point, and just get it to your drag. Safe, easy throw. Drag A, man coverage again. Get it to your drag. Very simple. If he covers the drag and he doesn't see the deep crosser coming above him, then you can throw to him as well. Deep crosser, possession catch, and pick up your big yards. Now keep in mind with this formation, you can also flip it because it's symmetrical. Make sure you do that to keep your opponent on his toes. And it keeps him from setting up his defense to take away certain routes. Try to get it to RB. The deep crosser is about to be wide open too. This destroys match coverage, by the way. Boom, get it to our drag. Very simple offense. Next play, skinny post. Skinny post is a play that other people use better than I do. But it is a very solid play because of the depth that the posts get. All we're going to do is drag Y and drag A, and that's our setup. The way I like to read this is whatever post you want to go to, you're going to want to read the tight end on the opposite side. So let's say we want to get the ball to X. We're going to read A because he's going to the left. And if we don't like our drag, we can go to X. So our eyes are already on the same side of the field. So here we go. Try to get it to A. Pressure came in. Drag A, drag Y. Could have gone into one of our posts. If you see cover 0, man coverage, the post can get a one-play touchdown. So if I see that again, I'll show you. The posts are going to win against man coverage. Just be careful of a user. If you wait too long to throw the post, the user can actually defend both of the posts at the same time once they kind of get to that crossing point in the middle of the field. That's the one problem I have with this play, if you just let it develop too long. But like I said, to me, the best way to do it is read the opposite tight end of the post you want to throw to. So if I want to throw to X, like I said, read A, keep our eyes on the same side of the field, possession catch, and get a 20-yard gain. I'll show you that you can also do it with the right side of the field. So read Y this time, and then read B. Right there, get it to our tight end for a 10, 11-yard gain. So that's also a very solid play. Something that I see people running quite often. Not quite with the two drags. They sometimes just leave it stock. But I like the drags better. This next play is something we kind of went over in the last formation. Same concept. PA X burst cross. So I'm not going to go into it for too long. I'll run it a couple of times. We're going to fade X. And then that's it. We're going to leave everything else the same. B was about to be wide open, but I like the safe throw sometimes. I mean, the defensive end had like no chance of making a play on that ball, so I'd rather throw it to him in that case. Okay. One-on-one, Antonio Brown. I'll take it. Goal line. Just going to throw it to my running back. No, it wasn't a good throw, but just want to get the play over and done with. Last time I'll run it. It's just very basic. All you want to do is just get to the left side of the field. Boom. Get the 23-yard gain. Last play of the formation is going to be PA Sprint HB flat. And I'm sorry if this feels rushed, by the way, but I feel like this is the most efficient way to make this guide. PA Sprint HB flat. Random play. block A and fade B. And at this point, what you want to do is you have everything flowing to the right. B is just there to clear out space. Here we go. Get it to RB. Nope, he's not open. Pass lead up to our tight end and get a 30-yard gain. So if they take the hard flats, we have the tight end coming above that. Block A, fade B, read the right side of the field. Running back's wide open. Spin move, try to make something happen. I'll run it one more time because this is a very simple play. Everything's flowing to the... Actually, I'll run it a couple more times because I want to show you that you can actually hit X sometimes. Boom. Man coverage. He will get open. You can also, like I said, don't forget that you need to flip the play sometimes. Keep your opponent on his toes. Pass lead up, away from the hard flat, and pick up your yards. So this has been Singleback Ace. Let's move on to the next formation. Next formation is Singleback Deuce Close. This has been one of the most popular formations in the past 2 games. This is also another symmetrical formation. You can audible between this and Singleback Ace. And the personnel is going to be the same. Just have your 2 best tight ends, your 2 best wide receivers. And we have something for any coverage and also a pretty good running play. So HB Wham, this is a play I use every game. This is a play that I test early on in the game to see if my opponent knows how to stop it. If he doesn't know how to stop it, he's screwed. I'm telling you guys, there are some people who don't know how to stop this play. HB Wham, it can sometimes get 1-play touchdowns. So HB Wham, random play. Flip to the green box. It's symmetrical, so they won't know when you're flipping. And pick up big gains. The computer is not going to stop this play very well. I'm telling you, computer has no chance. They're going to have to make adjustments online to make this play not work. Computer has no chance. Unless they get some sick block sheds. I know this is quarter 3 minutes deep. Run it a couple more times because this is a play that I'm sure many of you guys know how to use. Last time right here. Just follow the green box, guys. That's all you got to do. Simple play to do. All right, let's get into the passing plays. First play is going to be tight end angle. This is also symmetrical, remember? So we can flip it if we like what we see on the right side of the field better. All we're going to do is block the running back, and that's it. What you want to do for this formation is see if they're dialing up pressure. So what we want to do is read the linebackers. Try to read all of them all at once. See if they're dropping back into coverage or if they're pass rushing. If they're pass rushing, we're going to want to get it to our short routes quickly. We can actually look at the streak first if you want. If you're quick enough, you can throw to the streak. If you don't want to, you can just read X and Y. Those are our quick routes. They're blitzing. Get it to our drag. The streak in the corner route will pull all the coverage back and allow the drag to get open. Block your running back. They're pass rushing. Be ready. Get it to your drag. And there we go. As soon as they don't pass rush, I'll show you that you can hit the corner very easily. This is goal line. So right here, this is a good look right here. We're going to try to get to X for the corner. He's probably going to get right behind. Pass lead to the outside. Good play by the cornerback. These zones have improved a little bit. The outside deep blues will break on this sometimes, depending on who you have at wide receiver. Antonio Brown's going to be very hard to break on because he's above that 90 threshold for route running. So right here, boom, this is the look we're looking for. Pass lead to the outside and get up the field. Block your running back. Let's flip the play. Try to get to Martavis Bryant. Man coverage. No chance. Goal line again. You can also hit the angle route, which is our tight end at A right now. One thing that I will say is that the angle route and the drag can sometimes be taken away by a user if the user knows what he's doing. But there's often going to be something open in some way. So, solid play, guys. Tight end angle. This is a play I didn't come up with. This was made popular by CarryQ, a pro player. So I'm not trying to act like I cooked this up on myself. So next play is going to be bench. Same kind of concept. I usually just use tight end angle instead, but this is another way you can run it. Streak Y, or A, doesn't matter, depends on which way you're going. And then drag A. So like I said, you can flip it too and have A on the streak and Y on the drag. But we're going to get everything to the left this time, try to get to our corner route. Boom, pass it to the outside. The deep blue has no chance. Run it to the right this time. Purple played a decent job on the corner. Made us throw to the drag. Run it to the left again. Pass lead to the outside, and there we go. Corner wide open for 20 yards. So, just like the tight end angle, bench is designed in the same way, but we have a corner on the other side. That's the only difference. Last play, PA misdirection. This is in our audibles. Actually, my bad. PA X post cross, not PA misdirection. And random. And we have two tight ends blocking. This is kind of like the PA X burst crosses that we've gone over, but this is a little bit better because we have a nice post route. So here we go. Get open. Oftentimes, if you have a good wide receiver, he will get behind those deep blues. Here we go. Deep crosser gets behind the purple. That can be user. Keep that in mind. Counter is the one run play we have if you see a light box or something. And that's pretty much it for the deuce close. This is something that a lot of people run, and it's very simple. And if you start having trouble with picking up pressure, this play is really good because it'll pick up everything. We have two tight ends blocking. And then as far as bench and stuff goes, if you don't like what you see, you think they're going to blitz off the right side, we'll block A, drag B, streak Y, and that's how you're going to pick up pressure. Here we go. Possession catch, and there we go. So that's it for deuce close. Let's move on to the next form. Next formation is single back tight slots, also one of the most popular formations in the game right now. There's some very good things about this formation and some very bad things, in my opinion at least. The main one being it's kind of hard to pick up blitzes out of this because we can't just block a tight end. You kind of have to motion a tight end if you want to block him. So that's kind of tough. But other than that, there's actually someone who used this formation all game at the Vegas Challenger event, and he actually won. Mainly on HB pitch and HB dive, and I'll show you how to run both of those. Very popular plays. So we're going to go over the dive first. And the way you're going to want to do it, and by the way, this is symmetrical, so you can also flip it. Just like that. And for instance, we're running it to the right, so what we want to do is take this outside wide receiver and motion him and snap him once he reaches about that left guard, so number 73. Snap it, he'll get up into the second level, and that's what we want. And once you use all the motions that we're going to go over, it's going to be tough to know which way you're going. Another big gain. Run it from the other side now. Nice goal line. Forget about it right now. Run it from the other side. You can use the tight end too if you want. Mix up your motions. Actually, that was really bad. He didn't snap for some reason. Just a very good run, I'm telling you guys. You can actually run it without the motion too if you want. One more time with the motion. outside wide receiver, snap at the left guard so he gets up into the second level. Try to follow him as best as you can. And that is HB dive. Just mix up the motions. That's very important. We'll talk about the pitch now and how you can be clever with the pitch. Where is it? Single back tight slots. HB pitch. And what you can do is, I like to motion a tight end, but sometimes it's obvious. But what you're going to do is, for now, motion a tight end and snap him once he reaches that outside left shoulder of the left tackle. So right about here. And hopefully you get better separation than that, or better blocking, I should say. Outside shoulder. Oh, already snapped a little too early. Don't snap it that early. Wait till he gets to the left tackle. They base align. That's why the motion's so effective. They base align, we get a one-man advantage every single time. Nothing too good's happening right now. Run it to the other side. And I'll show you what you can do to confuse your opponents even further. Right here, that's the perfect look right there. So what you can do to confuse your opponents further is, for instance, flip the play, and then you can actually motion, like let's say this guy, make it look like you're going to the left, and then throw it to the other side, or pitch it to the other side, and pick up good yards. So it's all about misdirection, making your opponent guess. If you mix in the motions correctly, and do what I just did, for instance, run left, but motion right, good things can happen. So that's it for the run plays. These are both very effective runs. I know I haven't really picked up anything big in my examples, but these, like I said, the guy won the Vegas Challenger event running those plays. Pretty much exclusively those two plays. Next play we're going to talk about is deep post. And there's two different ways to set this up. First, I'm going to talk about putting B on an out route and then blocking RB. What this will do is gives us a bench concept on the right side of the field. It's going to be very hard to user the right side of the field, because if he uses the right side of the field, we're going to beat him on the left every single time against any coverage. So I'll explain why. Bench concept, one of those is going to get open. Against zone and man, one of them will get open. There's also a nice dig across the middle. Zone coverage. Possession catch. Hard flats will take away the out route, and the corner will be open. Right here, if I see a double A gap look, I usually like to block RB, then pinch my line. And what that will do is, oftentimes there will be a free rusher, but the running back will pick him up, and that'll give us enough time to throw the ball. So right here, let's see what happens. Right here, exactly what I was talking about. Be careful. Get it to your deep post. And don't get hit sticked. Right here, we definitely go to the HB dive. Get some pancakes. Don't stumble. Another way to set this play up is just leave it as is with the drag. And you can read from right to left with the drag, dig, and then the deep post. The deep post beats everything. If he doesn't use the deep post, it's going to get open. I'll show you. If the pressure doesn't get there either, it just beats every zone and beats every man coverage. Remember, you can also flip it. Keep them guessing where you're coming from. I'll run it one more time, but I'll just show you guys again that the deep post does beat everything. No exaggeration. They have to user it. That was just like engage 8. I was trying to throw the post for you guys. Here we go. Once he gets a little bit further in, that'll be more open than that was. And that is it for the single back tight slots. Actually, no, there's one more play. One more play. Forgot about it because I don't use it too often. But other people use it like really well. I seemingly can't use it too well, but there's some really good routes on it, so that's why I'm sharing it. Where is it? HB wheel at the top. So I'm going to block the running back, get a little bit more time in the pocket, and then you can do whatever you want with B. I sometimes just put them on a hitch just to hold things down, but you can leave them as is. Try to get it to your corner route. He often kind of gets past all the cloud flats and the purples. Obviously, you do HB dive here, but we're going to just run the passing play. Post route will get open. This is actually considered a weak side post, even though it's a symmetrical formation. So against Tampa 2s and stuff, if he's not using the post, he's going to get open between the safeties. Try to get it to my post. He was about to break open for a touchdown. Just be careful with the pressure. That's the one thing with this formation. I wish I could pick up pressure easier. It's not easy to pick up pressure. If they have a really good blitz, that like sends 6 or something, you need to be very careful. You probably don't want to run the passing plays too often if they're doing that, like almost every single play. You're going to want to use the run plays still, especially if they're base aligning. The run plays will have a lot of success, but the passing plays won't. So you can actually do this if you want to pick up pass protection. You can actually just motion a guy. And there we go. That should help with pressure a little bit. But that kind of ruins some of the route combinations. I mean, that was taking away the crosser across the middle. So, I mean, it's not exactly a good idea to take that away. Block this guy. And make something happen that way. So just showing you a couple ways to get creative with this formation. Like I said, I don't like the passing plays too much because of the ability to not pick up pressure. If people are using very vanilla coverages on you, you can really pick them apart with deep post because they can't use both sides. I'm telling you, they can't take away a bench concept and take away that deep post. It's going to be pretty much impossible, especially if you flip the sides. So very good formation. Just practice it a little bit. It's not something you're going to be able to use immediately without going to the practice mode for a little bit and getting the nuances of the formation, where to snap the ball on the motion runs, and then also the passing plays. So that's it for this formation. Let's move on. All right, next formation is going to be pistol bunch tight end. This is another very popular formation within the community, and I'll show you guys how to use it properly. So we're going to leave the personnel pretty much as is. So your best guys are on the field. 3 best wide receivers, your best tight end, and your best running back. And how we'll set it up, well, not set it up. First play we'll talk about is strong power. This is a play that I haven't had a lot of success with, but I've seen other people have success. That's why I'm sharing it. I want you guys to use it for yourself before you trash it. Some of you guys will probably have good success with it and then just keep it. So only reason I'm sharing it is because I've seen success from other people, not myself. Go against random. And the way I like to run this is actually flip the right stick to the left. Now we get the run going to the bunch side. You can leave it as it. Oops, I didn't mean to flip the play. You can leave the run going to the other side. And if you want to, for instance, do some kind of misdirection and make it seem like you're going to the right, but you're going to run to the left, just flip the right stick to the left, even though the run's going to the left, and your quarterback will do an animation, but you're still running to the same side. That's just to confuse your opponent. So flip to the bunch side, run it, got a pulling right guard and a left guard. And what that will do is give us some kind of ability to get to the edge. And sometimes we get good blocking, and sometimes we get horrible blocking. I, more often than not, get blown up in the backfield. That's why I don't have confidence calling this play, because it hasn't been kind to me at all. Right here, nice gain. Practice mode works pretty good. To me, online, it just doesn't work very well. So try it for yourself. But I'll show you the run that I have complete confidence running. And that's in our audibles. And the play is HB zone. And this is a play that, I get probably 6 yards a carry. It's a very good run against any kind of defense. I'm calling it against random right now. Even against 3-4 odd and stuff, I'll pick up 5-6 yards. Here we go. Good run. 1 play touchdown. Go ahead and flip it. Keep flipping it to the bunch side. Nice blocks. 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards. Pretty decent. Like I said, I average about 6. Green box, boom. Swerve, make something happen. And you just get very consistent blocking. You might not get a one-play touchdown, obviously, every single time. I mean, I don't think there's a run in the game that does that. But this is something that I have confidence calling because I'm going to pick up positive yards. Very rarely do I get blown up in the backfield. Unless, you know, they really know their run fits and they can just shoot the gaps. But only a select few players know how to do that. So here we go. That's the HB zone. And let's get into the passing plays. There's only 2. But they are very effective. And I have different setups for one of them. First one's verticals. That's also in your audibles. What we're going to do every single time, no matter what setup we use, is block the tight end for this play. And we'll leave everything else as is. We have the running back who's on a speed out route. He's going to get open against pretty much everything. Sometimes, even though we're blocking a tight end, if they're sending some kind of crazy blitz, the running back will have to stay in and block. And that kind of ruins everything. So be careful with that. If they're sending some crazy blitzes, keep that in mind. I mean, if they send a 6-man blitz, chances are the running back's going to stay in. However, otherwise he's going to release and into the flats and get wide open for like a 5 or 6 yard gain. It's just a very easy throw. Once you use that a couple times, your opponent's going to start basically playing shallow. But once he does that, we're going to be able to hit our deep crosser, which is B. So right here, let's see what happens. He stays in. Good coverage. I try to get it to X, who's open along the sideline. Had some separation. So like I said, just keep in mind blitzing can kind of affect the success of this play. Vanilla coverage is going to get torn up. There's going to be something open. You're going to have plenty of time to deliver the ball. Right here, running back again. And I'll show you that you can hit the other routes as well. And then I'll get into the other setup. Hopefully your guy has a big arm. Make that fit in there. It's a pretty risky throw. Man coverage, you get the separation no matter what running back you have, just because of how the route is designed. So that's the first setup for verticals. The next one is block A, motion X to the right, fade him. We see it's man coverage. We're going to put Y on a drag. We're going to try to get it to our deep crosser or drag or our running back. See what happens. Does running back stay in? No, he doesn't. Wide open, rat catch it, and get a huge gain against man coverage. So the motion, if they're not base aligning, that'll let us know what coverage we're facing. It's man coverage again. Just going to snap it. One-on-one coverage down the field. Take that every single time. Motion X to the right, fade him, put Y on a drag, and I'll show you what the goal is on the right side of the field. So if we get time, hopefully we get time in the pocket for this. We don't. I knew the blitz was coming. Like I said, blitzes can really affect the success rate of these plays. Kind of is this the same for all of the plays that we go over. Blitzes can just really affect your reads. But, I mean, the thing is, against blitzes, you're going to have the short stuff open very quickly. And if you're blocking a tight end, most of the blitzes are going to get picked up. Except for crazy double-edged 6-man blitzes. I'm trying to show you the goal of this setup. It's trying to get it to B. If I can get out of the pocket a little bit. Here we go. That's what we're looking for. He got open way earlier than I anticipated. Usually he gets open behind purples and stuff because he has a very nice depth to his route. It's man coverage again. See if the pressure comes in. Might be mid-blitz. Just remember, if you see those guys coming, 6-man, 7-man, just get it to your short routes immediately. I'm trying to show you guys. B gets open. I use this almost every single game against very high-level players, and it's hard for them to take away the drag and the deep crosser. He's getting open earlier than he will online. I'm telling you guys. Sometimes he'll get usered, sometimes he won't. So that's it for that setup. Sorry for that play. We'll move on to the next play, and that is cross drag. Random. And the way we're going to set it up, we're going to fade A and we're going to block RB. And the reason this play is good is A is now the one clearing out everything. And we have different level crossers. We have the drag and we have the deep crosser from Y. And then if they decide to run with the deep crosser, which is Y, then we have our deep dig coming across the middle. So very, very hard to take everything away on this play. So snap it. Get it to our dig. I get that it's the area of a user, but keep in mind he's going to be using one of the linebackers, and he's probably going to run with the deep crosser. If he doesn't run with the deep crosser will get open against zone coverage. Man coverage, try to get to your drag. Fade A, block RB. See what happens here. Show you that Y gets open along the sideline against any zone. Even cover 4. Boom. There we go. 25-yard gain. That's going to happen very often. If he runs with the deep crosser, keep in mind that either our drag or our dig from X is going to get open. So let's pretend that they run with Y. We now have our dig. He gets nice enough depth to get behind linebackers. He has 15 yards to his route. So it's a very, very solid play. Something is more often than not going to be open. It's very tough. If you use this play like a handful of times during a game, he's going to probably start covering the deep crosser and then coming back to defend the dig. So keep that in mind. You know, he'll kind of try to confuse you by going with the crosser and then coming back. So that's probably the one thing that can make you kind of question your reads. So last time here. Boom, crosser. There we go. Easy offense. So that's it for pistol bunch tight end, and let's move on. First shotgun formation is going to be gun split close. I actually did a breakdown out of this formation earlier in the year. New England Patriots playbook, it was slightly different. We had 2 running backs in the backfield as opposed to 1 tight end and 1 running back. So we're affected by limited speed. However, if you're playing MUT, you can just simply buy Team of the Week Evan Ingram, and he is amazing. I use him every single MUT game for this formation and many other formations, quite honestly. He's a really good, cheap card. So if you don't have him, you definitely need Evan Ingram. So make sure it's Team of the Week, by the way. Team of the Week, Evan Ingram. And if you need to look at other cards for that position, just type in muthead.com. For those of you who have no idea what muthead.com is, it basically has all the different MUT cards. Then you can just choose based on what stat you like. So, and no, I didn't get paid to say that. It's just Muthead's a really good website. So, with that being said, that's it for personnel. Have a good, speedy tight end in the backfield. And we'll go over the running play first, power row. I'm not going to talk about it too long, but you definitely need to have confidence calling this play. It's also in your audibles. But it's just a very consistent run. We get our tight end that picks up the edge defender pretty much every single time. And the running back, not the running backs, the wide receivers do a good job blocking. So right there, holds his block. And pick up 10 yards. Last time, because it's a running play, I don't want to talk about it too long. Good job by the defender, but this is definitely a good run play. I use it all the time. So let's talk about the passing plays. First play we'll talk about is double ins. Right there at the top. Random play. And this play is something that sometimes nothing will be open. I'll be honest. This play is designed to beat coverages like cover 3, cover 4, and man coverage. Because we're going to motion A to the left, and that makes him a speed out route as opposed to his speed in route. It's too easy to use her when he's across the middle. So I like to motion him. We're going to put B on an in. You can put RB on a curl if you want another route across the middle. But read the out route. If you see that he's going to get taken away, man coverage, no matter who you have there at the wide receiver spot that's on the out, he's going to get separation because of how his route is designed. Play should look like that. You can set up the backfield however you want. If you want to send I was waiting for that in route to come across because that curl was holding down the hook. You can set up the backfield however you want. Like if you want to put Y on the curl instead and then block RB and then in route him, you can do that. Completely up to you. The whole point is just to get the out route over here and have something across the middle as an option. Okay, so that's the play. If you have any questions, like I said, leave them in the comments because this play is something that sometimes it doesn't work because if they use, for instance, something like cover 2, I think this might be cover 2, so I'm actually going to call this. The out route will be taken away. We have to throw to B or RB. Yeah, so right here. The reason we have the in route is because when we motion A to the left, it's no longer a weak side post. It's a strong side post. So the user, the computer defenders will take the post in cover 2, and that will not be an option. So you have to throw it to the in route. So that's why the play is okay. It's very good against certain coverages. The out route does get open against certain flat zones. So not cover 2 flat zones, but like cover 3 and cover 4 flat zones. The next play will be PAF slide. This is a very popular play, and I'll show a couple ways how to set it up. First is my way to set it up, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. But the reason I do it is because I want to have the user pick and choose between 2 routes. So I put B on an in, not an in, put him on an out route, and then we're going to motion him and make the user defender in the middle pick between B and A. Right now there's no user, but you will make him pick between those 2. Motion over after you put him on an out route. He's now an in route. Have the out route. They played hard flats, so they took the flat zone, not the flat zone, the flat route from the tight end. Man coverage. Good pressure. Try to get the ball off. I couldn't. Last time I'll run it like this, and I'll show you the popular way to run it. Throwing that a little bit too late. Have confidence throwing it if you know that they're playing hard flats. So how most people set it up is they'll put X on a streak. And I do use this sometimes, actually probably most of the time, because you have better chance for a big play. We have everything flowing to the left, really. Y is not an option. Sometimes X isn't going to be an option. But we can easily read RB, then B, then A. Everything's going to the left in like a levels type manner. So read RB first. Is he open? Yes, he's open. If you have someone like Evan Ingram, you'll get very big gains. Sometimes that'll be taken away by hard flats or a user, potentially. Then you just go to your next read, which is B. No idea how he stayed with him. He had separation. See what happens here. We have A now. Wide open down the field. X is doing a good job clearing out space for him. RB's open. Pick up some solid yards and move on. So that's PAF slide. I'm sure many of you guys have used that play before. Next play is wide receiver dig. If I can find it. Wide receiver dig. This was actually in my original split close mini scheme. And all you're going to do is put RB on, what am I saying? Put RB on a curl and then drag B and then motion him to the left. And there's going to be something open against pretty much everything. Get a nice deep dig. Make sure that you possession catch that. Remember, curl, drag, motion left, and something's going to get open. The defender on the right is really going to have to pick and choose between the drag and the speed out route from A. See what happens here. Got pressure coming. Be ready. This play is just very, very Very, very solid, because if you execute this play well enough, it's very hard to shut down because there's something attacking each part of the field, really. Except like the really deep part of the field. Just like that. Possession catch, don't risk dropping the ball. That is wide receiver dig. Next play is also in our audibles. It's HB wheel. And how we're going to set that up is my way of setting it up, which is also not everybody's cup of tea, but we'll motion B on an in route. It's now an out route. Make him pick and choose between the in route and the post. Possession catch that. You also have a nice combo of routes on the right side, the table route in the corner. It's very, very solid. Man coverage has no chance. Oftentimes the man that's on RB will press A. See what happens here. A will get open on the break on his corner route. Zone coverage, this is just quarter string man deep. Motion over. Read the left side. Boom, get it to the in route. And that's how I personally set it up. Now, if you want to get the corner open on the right side, all you have to do is streak B. And now we're going to have something open on the right side unless they're playing like Mabel coverage. Or some kind of cover 4 sometimes takes away the break from A. But something's usually going to get open here. Corner routes way open. And you will, if you're not playing somebody good, you can run this play all game. Honestly, it's just a very good play. So if one of you guys want to beat up your friend, and your friend's not that good, just use this play all game. Boom. Something's going to get open. You also have the weak side post. I'll show you that real quick. And then if the play really develops, you can actually hit Y along the sideline. I threw it early. He can actually get past that flat zone. Sometimes the flat zone will man up on him. Threw it a little bit late. But that is HB wheel. That's also in your audibles, so don't forget that. Also PAF slide and power O. So you don't have to call any of those plays at the play call screen. All you have to do is call something else that's not in those audibles. This next and last play is going to be X drag. This is a play I like a lot, actually, because it's hard to use her. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to put Y on a wheel. He's on a wheel right now, but I don't like it. So we're going to put Y on a wheel. And then all we're going to do is motion. Actually, we're going to slide protect left. I feel like we get better protection. And then motion our streak to this side. And just read the drag. And then also, if the drag is taken away, the kind of C route will get open. It's just the way the C route, how far it gets down the field, it's hard to use the drag and the C route. And then also, if you look at the left side, you get a nice, the B pushes everything back. So oftentimes you'll get a nice window for your wheel route. So if you just look at the left side again, you'll see everything gets pushed back. Remember, slide protect left. So right here, I'm going to show you. Throw it to your wheel. Now I'll show you the C route. Slide protect left. Make sure you motion over. Snap him once he gets to right about here. Drag gets open. I'll show you the C route. That gets open. The drag's a safer throw because it's open immediately. You don't have to hang in the pocket. Slide protect left. This is man coverage. I'm going to show you that you just get it to your drag against the man coverage. That is the safe throw. That is the easy throw. And you have time to get it to him. You have tons of rack potential against the man coverage. Last time I'll run this play. Make sure you put Y on a wheel. Slide protect left. Motion B to the left side of the field. Man coverage again. We're going to throw it to X. and rack catch it and get some very big yards. So that is it for the gun split close. Let's move on to the next formation. All right, guys, next formation is gun wing slot offset. I just developed this. I didn't really develop this formation, but I just got into it yesterday. So bear in mind, it is still a very good formation. It has one of my favorite passing plays in the entire playbook. So gun wing slot offset, there's only 4 plays. But the run play we're going to be going over is 0-1 trap. It's not in our audibles. Inside zone's the audible play. So you're going to want to come out in the 0-1 trap because it's the better run. So this is 0-1 traps are really good this year and really capitalizes on overly aggressive defensive tackles. It traps the defensive tackles, and you just have a chance for a big gain, 10-yard gain. Right here, that's the hole we're looking for. Sometimes users will shoot the gap, and that's okay. I mean, that's good user play. Sometimes they'll do it, and sometimes they'll shoot the wrong gap, and they'll just get screwed up. So it's a very solid run. I would have confidence calling this play. I haven't called it online yet, but based on the practice mode success, it's going to work online. I have no doubt about that. So that is the run play. And the first passing play we're going to go over is stick nod vertical. And this is my least favorite passing play, but it's still very good. Just put B on a slant, and that's it. The combination of the slant and the stick and nod, so basically the A route and B, just a really good combo because it's going to target the user. It's going to make him pick. He's usually going to take the slant, and that's what we want because that'll open up the A route. So see what happens. It's actually man coverage. Unfortunately, sometimes the man that's on B will be a cornerback, and you might not have enough speed to get separation. You can put B on a drag if you want. That's probably the only change I would make other than putting B on a slant. I don't know. I should have high pointed that. That was stupid. Wait till he gets a little further down the field. The deep corner on the left actually takes that safety. So cover 2. Yes, that can get usered. It takes a while for it to develop, but if he uses that, the slant's probably going to be open. We also have the drag. The whole point is to try to get this open. Pretty much the only reason we're calling the play is to get A open. So we can get a 15, 20-yard gain. Nice pump fake. High point it if you want. There we go. Between the safeties. So it takes a while to develop, so be careful. If they're blitzing you a lot, probably not a play you want to call. Vanilla coverages will get torn up. Okay, so next play is going to be wheel post drag. We're going to streak A, block our running back, and put Y on an in route. So your play should look just like this. We can try to hit our corner route, which is B. If we don't like what we see, we can also look at Y and then X. A is pretty much there to stretch the defense. See what happens here. Separation against a linebacker. You'll definitely get that. Very sharp cut on that corner route. Forgot to block my running back. I think that was a safety. Manned up on him. Block running back. Play should look like that. In route Y, streak A, block running back. I don't know why they keep playing man coverage. Play some zone, guys. If they don't play zone in this next play, I'll call it manually. Post route will also get open against man coverage. I'm just going to leave it on random. So right here is what we're looking for. I was trying to hit that post route. It got to me a little early. I'll show you the post route gets open against pretty much everything. Just pass lead inside. Deep blue is there. I understand that, but he's probably not going to pick it off. The streak from A is pushing back to safety, so he can't really break on that post. possession catch. I know it's Antonio Brown. I really don't expect the deep blue to be able to pick that off. So that is a very solid play. Also, the corner from B gets open against a lot of zones. I didn't really showcase that, but we have something open pretty much against any coverage. And the last play, which is my favorite play, one of my favorites of the entire playbook, is P8 double post. We're going to set it up by putting A on a streak and put B on a drag. So we have everything going to the right pretty much. And the thing I like about it is we have B, which is going to get open against pretty much every zone. And so does Y. And he can't use her both. I know for sure he can't use her both. You also have the drag underneath just in case they get pressure on us really quickly. But look at this. Look how wide open that is for 30 yards. And it happens quickly too. Happens very quickly. Is pressure coming? No, it's not. That was probably a bad decision to throw that. They kind of go to the same part of the field A and Y do. Man coverage, you can hit B a lot. Just pass it to the sideline. I don't know how that safety made a play on that ball. That was ridiculous. He got bumped. I don't know how he got bumped. I think it was my lineman, actually. I don't know what he's doing out there. Try to get it to B. You can actually pass these to the inside on B. I mean, this play's not amazing against man coverage or anything. But right here, I'll show you. He does get a nice little break. This isn't going as well as I thought it would against the computer. But take my word for it, guys. This is a very solid play. Just for this reason. Like, zone coverage just gets torn. And quickly. So that's very important. If you just don't like what you see, you can just throw the drag. Right here. Boom. Wide open. Definitely call this play, guys. It's a very, very solid play. I know it wasn't super impressive against the computer right now because they would shut it down with the man coverage. But if they're playing man coverage, they're going to be in deep shit anyways. Because there's so much in this playbook that tears up zone. Or so much in general that tears up man. So anyways, let's move on to the next formation. Alright guys, next formation is gun bunch offset. This is not quite as good as it was last year, at least this specific playbook, because some of the plays are missing. It's not the best as far as the play selection we have here in the Jets playbook. And I don't like how we can't block our tight end. We have to only block our running back. And sometimes we need to be able to block our tight end to pick up some of that right edge pressure. So that's kind of tough. However, we have gotten pretty creative on how to make the passing game work really nicely out of this formation. So it is still a very good formation. Don't get me wrong. It's not as good as last year. And what we're going to do here is have our best wide receiver right here, Antonio Brown, far right wide receiver in the bunch. So that's it for the personnel. And we're going to talk about the run plays first. The run plays are okay. Nothing amazing, but they work. So HB draw, this is in the audibles. If you look right now, HB draw. Very good against people who play coverage defense. Drop 7 or 8 into coverage. This will get you a consistent 5 yards. Right there we break off 13, but don't expect that. Expect closer to the 5 or 6 yards per game, per carry. Good job by Le'Veon to break that tackle. Last time I'll run it. To me, that's a typical run. That's something that's pretty typical. The other run play is a run play that is okay, but it's better if you use it after you've used the passing game some, because we motion Antonio Brown, our far right wide receiver in the bunch, to the left, and that can help the counter. So counter Y. So you don't want to use this to begin with. This is something you'll use later after you've established some passing plays out of this formation. So motion this guy over to the left and snap once he gets to the left tackle. If he doesn't pick up the edge, he'll get to the second level. And hopefully if we get past, so right here I'd use the draw. Just because I didn't see too much commotion going on in the middle and the edges seemed kind of unlikely to get to. So motion left because that's what we do in the passing game. Hopefully we can squeeze through that edge defender is doing a really good job at setting the edge, and we can't squeeze through that hole. That's my problem with counters sometimes, is it's just really hard to squeeze through like that hole right there. Right there is goal line. I wasn't expecting it to break big. I'm not getting really good looks right now. See if we get one right now. Okay, right here. This is a perfect look. This is what we're looking for. Once we motion him over, hopefully he picks up the defensive end. If he doesn't, we're going to have to squeeze through a little gap. But if we get through that gap, we'll get a big gain. So, see what happens here. That was kind of bad stick work by me. But the edge defender kind of backed up. That was kind of weird. Let's see if we can get this guy right here. We don't, but we get that gap. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. If he doesn't pick up the edge defender, we get a nice gap to get through, and that motioned wide receiver gets to that safety and blocks him. So good things can happen. Don't expect it to happen every single time. With that being said, let's get into the passing plays, which is where the better plays are, I should say, I guess. The running plays aren't incredible, but the passing plays are very good. First, we're going to go over Y trail, and then random play. So this play is just very, very good. One of my favorite plays in the playbook because of our ability to get behind any zone. So what we're going to do here, we're going to make it very hard for them to use this play. When we motion B over to the left, he has to either pick between B or our drag and our trail. Makes it very hard. He's really going to have to take this. He's going to have to take this deep angled corner route, kind of. It's a post right now, but once we motion to the left, it's kind of a corner. He's going to have to pick. You cannot man cover this. It will not work, I promise. Get it to the corner and get a nice big gain. Takes a little bit to develop, so if they're sending some kind of blitz, you're going to have to get it to your drag or your trail. I get that. You see right there, the man coverage has no chance. You can't just man him up. He's going to have to user him. No other choice. And if he users him, we have our drag and our trail, which I'll show you right now. They both get open. Boom. Get the drag. Run it a couple more times for you guys. So right here, we'll get right behind. Actually, he gets manned up. So I'll show you what happens here. This happens sometimes depending on what kind of coverage they're playing. Let me see if it was a cover 2 blitz. Let me take a quick look. It wasn't. But what happens is when Antonio Brown is kind of coming in like this, what this cornerback basically tells himself, and this is the AI here, the programming says nobody else is coming into his vicinity. My job is to man up on this wide receiver, run down the field, and take him away completely because nothing else is coming his way. What he doesn't know is Antonio Brown is actually breaking right back out to his vicinity, and that's a blown coverage. So that does happen sometimes. In fact, I think it happens more often once you snap him closer to the line. So like right here, if you turn him right here, he's more often going to get manned up. Right here, this is actual man coverage. Let me see if I can get the zone coverage again. Snap him closer to the line. It's man coverage again. Actually, no, it's not. But still wide open. So that's the first setup for wide trail. There's another setup we can do. Involves motioning Antonio Brown to the right. Ignore this play. What we're going to do here is we're going to flat zone our tight end, which is RB. Or not flat zone. Flat route. And then we're going to slant A. Then we're going to motion B to the right. And then you'll see this angled post is going to beat man coverage. It'll beat most zones. And if they play some kind of off coverage, the flat route is going to get open. So let's see what happens here. It's man coverage again. We'll take that every time. When we motion him further right, there's a less chance that he's going to be able to user it. because it's further towards the sideline. That's not really, it's kind of no man's land. Somewhere that users don't like to be out in there. They just kind of want to stay towards the middle of the field between the hash marks. So right here, this is, oh, that was bad. So let me show you what happens here. I wish I threw it a little bit earlier, but I didn't set up the play according. I should have put A on a slant, but what happens here is you'll see the cloud flat. I think it's a cloud flat. He'll bracket the angled post route. Completely leaves him wide open. But keep in mind the flat route does stop. He doesn't keep running towards the sideline. He'll kind of do this. And if you throw it at this point, obviously it just goes doink right off his head. So let's do that again. Set it up properly this time. Put A on a slant. RB on a flat. Motion out to the right. See what happens. Get the angled post, and it's just a very solid play. Then obviously you have the slant across the middle. So if he takes away the angled post, you take the slant. So that's it for Y trail. Next play is going to be, let's see here, Verts HB Under. This play is good as is, but I do something different with it just to keep things consistent with what other plays are doing. So it's a classic play. Everybody that's watching this has used, verticals that have gun bunch. You'll see if you just snap it, something's going to get open more often than not. Against cover 3 and cover 4, one of those wheel routes on the right are going to get open. So right here it's B, possession catch. So that's one way to run it. That's the just stock way to run it. What I'm going to show you is the way I run it to keep it consistent with the other passing plays. What we're going to do is block a running back, and then we're going to drag B and motion him to the left. He's going to be your hot read. If blitz is coming in, be ready to get the ball to him. Make some spin moves happen. Our wheel route from a tight end is actually clearing out space for us. To man coverage, you're going to have to get it to your drag or your deep crosser. Well, it looks like we got the tight end open as well. I can't believe that happened. He was wide open. Okay. Drag. Against zone coverage, we're going to get this deep crosser open because our streak is clearing out space for that crosser. Drag, block your running back. And there we go. Get it to our drag. Okay, guys. So that's it for Verts HB Under. And we're going to move on to our last passing play out of gun bunch. And that's going to be, where is it? Bunch drive. Where are you? There it is at the top. Random play. How you want to set this up, and you do want to set it up exactly like this because it saves you a step. When you hit LB and then up on the right stick, that does max protect. And what that allows you to do is make another adjustment before having to wait like 3 seconds. You know how like if you make an adjustment, you have to wait. This kind of helps you skip an extra step. So max protect. And then you can actually probably do that for the Verts HB Under as well because you're just blocking your running back. And that saves you a step or having to wait because it's not going to block your tight end. Okay, so at this point, you're doing max protect. So LB, then up on the right stick. That blocks your running back. And then you're going to streak A. You're going to in route X. And then you're going to out route B. So your play should look just like this. At this point, we're going to motion B to the right and snap it. And we're going to see if they play hard flats. If they don't play hard flats, he'll be open. And if they do play hard flats, our corner route from RB will be open. Snap the ball. See here. I wish that didn't happen. Sometimes he'll just kind of go into improv mode. Scramble drill. Forgot to max protect. So right here. Good play by the cornerback, man. I can't believe he kept up with Antonio on that one. Motion out. See if it's hard flats. Is it hard flats? It sure is. And once he hits his break, he will be open. One thing I'm noticing right now is sometimes I have a hard time telling immediately if it's hard flats or if they're going to start backing up to defend that corner. So just be careful there. It's man coverage. If you have someone like Antonio Brown, you should have confidence throwing that. You don't have to. You can wait for your tight end to make his break. That works just fine. But, you know, if you have someone like this, I mean, I know it's only 4 or 5 yards, but it's going to be open. I'll show you that you can get it to your tight end as well. See right here, you want to get it to Antonio. All right, streak A, max protect. Forgot to tell you guys that. Motion out. And here we go. Just like that. Very simple stuff, short yards, but it's going to be very effective. I'd say this plays very good on something like maybe 3rd and 2 because if they play off coverage, you're going to pick up the first down. And if they play hard flats, you're going to get more than the first down. You're going to get a big gain, assuming, of course, that they don't use the corner, which is possible if you use this play a lot. So there we go. That is bunch drive, and that is gun bunch offset. Let's move on to the next formation. All right, guys. Next formation is gun Trey Y Flex. Very popular formation, just like many of the other ones in this. It's just very effective. I mean, trips formations have always been pretty good, but this one's pretty special. So we'll talk about the run play inside zone that's found in our audibles. You can see that right here, inside zone. And it works against pretty much any defense. We're going to pick up a consistent 5, 6, 7 yards. Even if your stick skill isn't good, you're going to find that 5, 6, 7 yards. That was a pretty bad stick. I should have bounced it right a little bit. That wasn't my fault. One more time. Try to pick up 5 yards, what we're going for. We don't pick it up, but you should have confidence running this. Okay, let's talk about the pass plays. Gun Trey Y Flex. First, we'll talk about flanker dig. And this is a really good play. We're going to put B on an in. Really good play for people who like to use 3-4 odd cover 4. The reason being is we have an in route, dig route concept. And that's going to allow the dig route to get open because what happens is the flat zone defender is going to defend the wheel route. And once the dig route breaks in, he's going to come under the safeties who are in deep quarters, and he's going to be open. So it's not cover 4 right now, but right here we have a speed post route. The user is going to have to pick between the in route from B and the post. So solid in that regard. Right here we have the dig route coming open. Be aware of the pressure. We're not blocking anybody right now. Possession catch. This is a very solid red zone play. I'll move the ball in a second. So let me move the ball right now, because I know I've kind of been lacking on the red zone plays in this guide. I know it gets tougher down here, guys. I know it does. We're going to try to high point A. If we get the right look, of course. We don't, but we can still get the dig. The deep blue played it pretty nicely, quite honestly. But he was still open. He had the inside leverage. So right here. That's a linebacker out there in the deep middle third. I would take that every single time. Right here is definitely a good time to throw it. High point it with up on the left stick and then holding LB or L1 on PS4 and then hit his button. I forgot to put B on an in route. There we go. A couple more times, guys. Then we'll move the ball back. Hit the dig. Very good play for a condensed area like the red zone. Okay, so let's respot the ball, call a new play. We'll do levels Y corner now. And this is a play that can be set up a couple ways. I'm just going to talk about how it is stock, honestly. Levels Y corner. And it's just one of those plays where you can really just look at the right side of the field and decide if you want to throw it. If you don't like what you see on the right side of the field, you can just hit one of your in routes. If you want, you can put like maybe B on a streak or something, but I'm going to leave everything as is. So we're going to try to hit the right side of the field. The table route gets open pretty much immediately. If they're playing hard flats, you're going to be able to hit that corner. So it's kind of a pick and choose type deal. If they play some kind of hard flat and cloud flat on the same side, that would take the corner and the table away. But I mean, they're not going to do that against trips formation. The thing that they can do is play hard flat, and then they can user the break of the corner route, and that will take it away. So that's one thing that I see people do against me. That can make this play less effective. But if they're using the right side, you automatically know you're going to get something from the left. So that's a good thing. Careful when you're throwing that corner if there's a cornerback or safety lined up on that tight end. If it's a linebacker, then you're definitely going to be in good shape on that one. I'll show you that you can hit the left side routes too. Those are going to be open. Definitely against the computer, they'll be open. But they're tougher to throw against the user, assuming he's not using the right side. If he's not using the right side, you're basically going to just want to throw to the right side. Right here. Should have thrown it a little bit earlier than that. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. And that is levels Y corner. Let's get into the next play, which is also a red zone play, but we can use it anywhere on the open field. It's going to be PA crossers. What makes this play so good is it's very hard to user. We can put A on a slant, and he's going to have to really pick which side he wants to defend. More often than not, he'll run with B, which is what he really needs to do. Because if he doesn't run with B, it's going to be bad news for him, as you can see right there. Sometimes if he's on a linebacker, you can just simply outrun him. What I like to do is sometimes put A on a streak, but I'll show you that's better for the red zone. This isn't really a good example. It's just man coverage. You're not going to see that too often. The zone coverage is what we're looking for here. So right here, this is a good look right here. I put A on a streak that time. He clears everything out. And that's especially good for the red zone because I'll show you, people love to play cover 2 in the red zone. You can hit the slant. A couple more times and I'll go to the red zone for you guys. Last time. Try to hit our slant this time. You would do inside zone in this case because there was only 3 down linemen. Okay, let's move to the red zone with this play. The reason I love this play so much is, let's say I get to about the 20-yard line. What's immediately going through my head is 20 yards is quite a lot of room. You want to score from here as often as you can, because if you get yourself down to the 10-yard line, your chances of scoring a touchdown go way down. While we still have room, we want to score a touchdown now while we have the room to use all of our passing plays. So we're going to put A on a streak and put Y on a drag. What that's going to do is create a lot of room for us to get a touchdown to B, and Y is our check down. So I'll call a specific play in a second. But this is what we're looking for. This is exactly what we're looking for. We get the touchdown. I have gotten a touchdown so many times using this play in this part of the field. If you see cover 2 come up, which I hope it comes up in a second, he will get open as well. The streak occupies the right safety, right of screen safety. See right here. There we go. So Cover 2 also gets beat. People love playing cover 2 at this part of the field. I'm running one last time, even though it's not cover 2. It's the perfect time to score a touchdown. Toe tap. Next formation is going to be gun Trey Open. This formation is critical to beating 3-4 odd cover 4, which is probably the most popular defensive play call. It's not a one-play touchdown or anything, but it's just very effective against that defense. So let's get into the run play first, which is inside zone. It's an okay run play, but it is the run play in this formation. It's in our audibles, and you should feel confident calling it, like I say for pretty much all the run plays that I posted in this guide. Alright, so that's the run play. This next play is one that I posted already, but just a reminder, it is something that has won me some big games, I'm telling you. The play is Salem, and unfortunately we don't have the 3-4 cover 4. I'll just show you against regular cover 4 at a 4-3. The way it works is we have a deep zig and a deep dig concept, and that's going to put the flat zone defender in a predicament, and that's what allows us to beat it. So right here you'll see he actually plays it pretty nicely, but he's going to have to really pick between that zig and the dig. Right there, he comes on out. You can throw that every single time, because the deep blue's dropping back, and then he goes back to defend the dig route. So that's basically how that works. Now I'll go against random defense now. I just wanted to show you that this is very critical to beating that 3-4 odd. Done Trey Open, and then we'll do Salem against random. So the way you want to read this is, first of all, know your opponent's tendencies on what he's been doing on defense. If he's doing something like a cover 2, you're going to basically want to read A and B. If he takes A, then the dig will come open, but the problem is the dig sometimes takes a little too long to develop, and he can come back down and defend it. So it's not amazing against cover 2. The deep zig gets open for first downs all the time. Probably my most reliable route on this play. Just like that, they're playing off. The zig will come underneath. Underneath again. One last time. Man coverage. Oh, it's not man coverage. My bad. Out route's going to get open a lot. We have our best route runner over there. He's going to get that separation. So if they ever play hard flats, and I mean ever play hard flats, then that out route will get open. Alrighty, so that's how you run Salem. The next play is very similar to Salem, but we have an angle route from our running back. And all we have to do is do dig and go. And all we're going to do for this play is put X on a smart routed out route. So put him on an out and then hit Y, X, RB for the smart route. That'll take him 10 yards. Now that's only if it's like 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 10. If it's 3rd and 4, you can't really do this. You can't do the smart routed. It's not going to really do you any good. This is really good for people who play off coverage. That'll allow you to get a first down very easily. At this point, what we're going to do is we're just going to read each side. So we're going to start with the left side. We're going to see if we can get it to our out route. We can't. Let's get it to our angled running back route. He's going to get nice separation in man coverage. Put him on a smart routed out. See if we can get it to him. We can't. Get it to our angled running back. The seam route from our tight end is actually clearing everything out for us. Obviously, you see this kind of look, then you're going to run the ball. See if that cornerback's coming. He is. Boom. Get it to our angled running back. Now, the good thing about the right side of the field, it's very similar to Salem, in which that B route is acting as a dig because he comes in and it's an out and up. Well, sorry, not out and up. It's an in and up. So it confuses the flat zone defender as if it's dig. So that's why it works just like Salem, but we have an angled running back route now. Off coverage, get it to our out route. Off coverage again, we're going to get it to our out route. Not much they can do about it. Makes them come in closer to the line of scrimmage. Boom, angle. Just like that. Very solid play. Next play we're going to go over is a classic play. But it's a play I only recommend in the open field. So, like, if you have plenty of field to work with. Not a very good red zone play because of the ability of... Where is it? Of the ability for safeties to come and jump on this route. PA, wide receiver in, is the play. It's beautifully designed as is. This is a classic play. We're going to try to get it to our post route every single time. Just keep in mind the safeties can bite on it. Possession catch. I have no idea how he got over there and made a play on it. Let's call it again. Man coverage, we'll take our chances with the wheel route. One-on-one coverage. Try to get it to our post route this time. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Make sure you possession catch that. Like I said, only call this in the open field. What I mean by that is when you have plenty of yardage to work with, because if it's too close to the red zone, that safety is going to come and pick it off. I know this because it's happened to me a couple times. Boom. Get down. Can it get usered? Yes. Can get usered for sure. Will it get usered all the time? No, definitely not. Just like that. If you don't like how the post route looks, you have two options. You can either throw it to your drag or your dig route. Those are your two options. Careful right there. There's a robber. I lobbed it up. Hopefully it didn't get picked off. Didn't. Right here, this is the safety was playing shallow. I want to show you this. Look how shallow the safety was playing. He wasn't even dropping, I don't think. At one point, he just kind of... You see how he's kind of sidestepping at this point? Like, watch him. He just sidesteps. You want to watch him and make sure he doesn't stay this shallow. Because he will bite and pick you off. I promise. This play takes reps. But when you put in the time, it's worth it because of the fact we can just get a big gain. Just like this. The safety in the middle just kept dropping. So, it is a good play. This is a play that's been around for a while. And let's get into... I think it's the last play. Which is... Where are you? Y corner. Okay, so what we're going to do here is pretty much just try to get to the post route, which is X. The Y route gets so much depth that it takes down the flat zone. We can do other things like put maybe RB on a drag. I'm just going to leave everything as is. The whole point is to get to our post route. If you want, you can... one thing you can do to occupy safety that's in a deep middle. If you want, just put A on a streak. That's going to occupy the safety. Make things a little bit easier for us. And I got sacked. Right here, it's going to happen. Boom. Easy stuff. So now we have a post route on the other side of the field as opposed to the PA wide receiver in. So right here, we're going to have it for sure. Boom. Easy stuff. Last time. You can also hit RB and B. They're just essentially drags. Just like that. Simple stuff. That is the last play to gun Trey Open. Let's move on to the next formation. Alright guys, this is the last formation. Gun empty jet. This is one of my favorite formations because of our ability to pick up pressure off each edge. This is the last formation. However, there are more plays after this. I have 6 extra plays that are just extra plays to add into the guide. but they don't have any specific scheme around them. They're just useful for certain situations. So hang tight. There are more plays to come, but this is the last formation. So what we're going to do is put our best pass catching running back right here, and that's it for the personnel. And the first play we'll go over is wide receiver corners. And this is found in our audibles. All we're going to do here is we have two different setups. We can either set it up for the right side or the left side. Sorry, hiccups. What we're going to do here is max protect. And we'll do the right side first, put A on a streak, and put X on an in route. So your play should look just like this when we set it up for the right side. The goal is to get it to the C route on the right. If we can't do it, then we're going to have to hit something across the middle. More often than not, it's X. Sometimes RB. RB has really nice depth to it. Sometimes users don't get that far back. So see what happens here. If you have good route running over there, he's going to get that separation against man coverage. Here we go. It's exactly what we're looking for. Hard flats will get just destroyed. No chance in hell hard flats can defend this. I'd say what struggles the most is sometimes cover 4 can... cover 4 is really good this year. It can defend those breaking routes from like the C route and stuff. I was waiting to get it to RB. RB got open just a second ago. It's right here. Oh, jeez, man. I don't know what it is with practice mode, guys. I get way more time online than I do in practice mode. Ignore that. But this formation is really good for pass protection. I don't know what's going on right now. There we go. Get the C route, and that is it for the right side. Now we're going to set it up for the left. All we're going to do is max protect again, LB, up on the right stick. Now what we're going to do is streak Y and then drag B. So now it's set up on the other side. Try to get it to our C route. He was about to be open. Computer's using Engage 8 on me, bro. I swear. Alright, so streak Y, drag B. And try to get it to our corner route. He got manned up. Okay, we got the deep dig. We had plenty of time in the pocket that time. Drag was also open. Careful. Guy just came right off the edge clean. I hate the pass protection sometimes. I mean, this is a computer. This is not some guy cooking up some sick pressure. These are stock blitzes and they're fucking working. My bad. Messed that one up. Streak Y, drag B. Last time I'll run it. Nice depth. He gets it. Took a little while for it to develop, but because that guy got way back. He got very, very far back. I'll do it one more time, actually. Exactly what we're looking for right there. Cool. All right. That's it for wide receiver corners. Like I said, that's in your audibles. You don't have to come out in that play. You can come out of something else. Next play will be, let's see. Stick nod. This is a really good max protection play. All we're going to do is max protect, drag X, slant B. That's it for the setup. The whole purpose of this is to pick up any blitz and have options across the middle of the field. Usually a user will get defended by, not defended. He will get distracted by the slant, and we can hit RB because he breaks out and then he kind of breaks out back to the middle. Double move. He was about to do it. I keep getting sacked like right before I let go of the ball. There we go. Everything. If that happens, just playmaker up. Get something along the sideline. If you don't like what you see, you can throw it away as well. Playmaker, you just use the right stick and go up because the drag is the closest thing to the line of scrimmage, so he'll be the one that gets playmakered. Here we go. they're sending some kind of all-out blitz on you, just get it out to your slant or your drag. Give us some normal defenses, man. I swear. Cowboys being corny right now. This will pick up, by the way, this will pick up any blitz, I'm telling you. Right here, I think we have the look we're looking for. Boom, he breaks out across the middle, and that is what we're looking for. When we get it to him, he's the deep, not the deep blue, the middle hook of a Tampa 2 is supposed to get back there, but he gets confused. That's the AI, but of course a user can get back there and defend it. If you get out of the pocket a little bit to the right, you have that option to kind of throw to the drag or playmaker him up. I'll run it one more time after this defense, assuming it's not goal line. All right, so right here, try to get it to our RB route, the out and up. Just like that, guys. Very simple stuff. Plenty of time in the pocket as well. Next play, we're going to be talking about flood. This is a very basic play. All we're doing here is blocking Y. And when you call this play, all I want you to do is think about RB and A. That's literally it. You're not thinking about anything else. You're going to basically stare at RB the entire time. And if you think that he can get open, he's on a speed out route, by the way. If you think he can get open, then you're just going to throw it to him. And you can basically just tell by the way the play develops, even against zone coverage. Man coverage, no chance. He's going to get open every single time because of the way the route's designed. But then at this point, it's just up to you to decide, you know, by the way, block and release, that'll get open. This is also going to pick up everything because we're essentially blocking the edges. Man coverage, boom. This is a formation that's so good when people are just trying to blitz the living shit out of you. This will make you feel comfortable because it's just easy reads. Right here, that's a good example of zone coverage. Sorry, brain fart. It's a good example of RB getting open against zone coverage. Right here too, you'll see what happens. I'm going to go to instant replay because I'm not sure if I'll see it again. We'll see. But what happens is he gets pressed by the flat zone defender, and he takes the right position on him, which is he presses, then he takes the outside break away. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. But this guy's on a speed route, so I mean, he just gets so much separation. When people base a line, sometimes it won't be quite that open. Right there again, wide open. So this, I usually don't like flood plays, like the actual flood play call in other formations, because it's just basic. But this one has a speed out route, and we're also protecting the edges. So that's why I like this play a lot. Right here, just wait for it to break down, get the dig. Just be patient because everything's going to get picked up, all the blitzes. So that is the... No, my bad. One more play. We have deep in. One of my favorite plays just because it's so simple. Max protect, LB, up on the right stick, drag Y. That's it. We're going to make the user pick between RB and Y. And if he doesn't take Y, we're almost always going to hit Y because that dig route is going to take the flat zone up in a way. So see what happens here? Just like this. This is exactly what we're talking about. When we can hit a drag for 15 yards, I mean, who wouldn't want to hit a drag for 15 yards? It's the easiest route to throw. No matter what quarterback you have, he's going to make that throw. So if you look what happens, this guy stays back with the dig, and we have so much room to run with our drag. And this happens all the time. So what will happen is, like, probably this guy is usually the user, and if he sees that drag, sometimes he just runs with it. And if he does, this route's going to get open. So pick and choose whatever one he wants to user. we have an answer. Right there, you see that he just goes back with the dig, and we just get it to the drag. It's just very simple. And then we also have a weak side post, which you can hit. Possession catch. Throw it to him again. Careful with that safety. Sometimes he'll play a little shallow. Makes it a little hard to fit that ball in. There we go. So very, very solid play. I love this formation a lot because it makes me feel comfortable. Even though they know I'm not going to run the ball. I don't really run the ball that much in the first place. But it just, I know all the pressures are going to get picked up. So that's it for this formation. And we're going to move into individual plays now. And like I said, if you have any struggles with any plays at all, please leave a comment by clicking on the title of the video. And that'll take you to YouTube. So let's move on to the individual plays. Okay, guys, so these next plays are plays that I didn't really scheme around, but I thought were worthy of going into the guide. So let's get right into it. The first one's going to be at a gun flex Y off week. This is a run play that I think is worth using. 0-1 trap. I know it's just an 0-1 trap, but this one runs really well. The blocking is very, very good. So random. This will be good against people who you'd like to use a 3-3-5. Because there's only one D tackle, and it's going to allow us to get to the second level very quickly. I'd honestly be shocked if you can't average over 5 yards with this run. Right now, we're getting decent yardage, but nothing special. But I just really like the blocking. Do you see? I'm going to go to instant replay because I'll show you. I just want to see exactly who it is that's getting there. So immediately, the right guard and the right tackle get up to the linebackers. If this was someone like Aaron Donald or something like that, he's getting trapped. He has no chance to, like, he can get an arm tackle, but he's being essentially wasted. So if it's Aaron Donald, that is great. We're wasting him, essentially. And then we're just getting up the field. So I think it's a run worth mentioning. It's not game-breaking, but it's a very solid run. So let's get into the passing plays. Actually, there's one more run, but I'll get into that last. Next formation will be Y trio offset weak. This is a very good play. What we're going to do is put B on a drag and block our tight end. Then we're going to motion B over to the left and snap. There will always be something open on this play. All of these routes are usable. That's what I like about it. Every single route is not wasted. There's no waste. No decoys. Nobody just stretching the field. Every route is usable. And I'll try to show that on this clip. Okay, so right here the corner route's going to get open. Safety played it pretty well, but try to cut it off at the sideline. Against cover 2, you know, the post route's probably going to be your best option. Just run this goal line. The post route against cover 2 will be your best option. But that corner does get open behind the flat zone. Block your tight end. That gives us extra time. Also allows us to roll out to the right if we want to. Robert did a good job at making me hold that ball a little bit longer. Motion over, see if it's man coverage. I mean, most people play base line, so keep that in mind. Post route, the wheel route is going to be wide open too. The wheel would be open for a one-play touchdown against that kind of coverage. Cover 1 or cover 0 even. Provided you have a good running back that can run the wheel route. I'm trying to show off every route before I end this clip. Man coverage. I'll try to hit the wheel on this. If I have time. I don't really have time. A few more times. Trying to make this as quick as possible for you guys. I tried to hit the wheel. Nobody was covering him. Right here, you'd actually run the ball. corner route. Last time I'm going to run it. Like I said, there's going to be something open pretty much every single time. It's hard to take everything away. It really is. This is a play you can use multiple times a game. I can't even snap the ball. What the hell? That's stupid. I'm just going to call a timeout. Let's get into the next play. This next play is very similar to a play we've already used. Out of the, let me see, what formation? Gun Trey Y Flex, the PA crossers. This is similar, just out of a different formation. Gun tight slots. And the play is PA seam. So there's two ways you can do this. The first way is kind of predictable. It is, but it isn't. It's something that works sometimes, but other times it'll just get usered. You can put B on a streak and put Y on an in route, and all we're going to do is really just stare down X and see if it gets usered. If he doesn't get usered, he's going to be open. If he does get usered, we're going to try to hit Y. But this is just a coin flip. It depends how good of a user that guy is. So right here, X is wide open. We have B stretching the field. And nice protection. We get double on the edge. And there we go. Big gain. So there's another way you can run this to kind of confuse a user, make him kind of stay put and not go with our crosser so easily. We sacrifice pass protection, but it helps with that. So we're going to put A on a slant, B on a streak, and then Y on the in route. So this should help out with the user. Now we have something going back across the middle to the other side. That might make him hesitate enough. I personally leave him on his delayed route, but this is the best way to confuse a user and make him stay in. So just like that. Simple play. Not much to really think about. Next play is going to be out of Gun Stack Y Flex. Where is it? Gun Stack. Is it this one? No, I don't think so. There it is. Gun Stack Y Flex. And the play is Salem pivot. Salem pivot. And this is another concept with the whip and the dig. It takes a little while for this play to develop. That's the only issue. But the concepts work. So go ahead, snap it. I wish this was a wide receiver instead of a tight end on this whip. But that would mean the tight end has to be somewhere. I mean, I'd rather him be where he is than somewhere else. So I get it. But it'd just be kind of cool if he was a... So the next route is going to be that dig route that goes across the middle. He was wide open. Obviously, you use the run play if you see it look like that for some reason. The C route's going to get open here. That'll beat man coverage. It also beats cover 2 and sometimes cover 3 and stuff like that. That's going to beat the man coverage every time, no matter who you have. Because I don't want to make that guarantee. I'm trying to show you guys that whip against like a cover 4. So right there, the flat zone actually gets back and does his job to defend that whip. But if they're playing some kind of cloud flats, they're going to have a very hard time defending that. Here we go. Great separation versus safety. So that is Salem pivot. We have another play out of this. This is actually in the audibles, but I'm going to the play call screen regardless. Where are you? Stack Y Flex. And the play is PA read. I love this play. Very good play. Develops quickly too. So we're just going to put B on a streak, and that's it. Cancel the play action by holding RT. Go deep to our guy. It's Antonio Brown. He's going to make that happen. Our main read, though, is that deep crosser, which is Y. We have A in our flats if we need to. Just like that. If they're playing playing hard flats would be taken away, but that just makes it easier for deep crosser from Y. So right here, deep crosser. And we also have a post route. So if he decides to just ride with the deep crosser the whole time, we're going to be able to hit the post route. So I'll show you. I'll just force it to the post right now. He's going to get open against the man coverage. He's going to get open against the cover 2. The only thing that kind of gives that post route trouble is cover 4, because that inside quarter will play on it very nicely. See right there, I was stupid. I should have thrown it earlier. If I threw it earlier, it would have worked. Let's do that again. I'm trying to force this to the post right now. So if he rides that deep crosser, like I said, hit the post. But if he doesn't, that crosser is going to be open against everything. Yeah, I mean everything. Unless he gets pressure on us. He has no chance. Just like that. Really good play. So we have one more play. I like to use it in the red zone. You can actually use it in open space too. But I'm going to display it in the red zone because I haven't done much red zone love on this scheme or this guide. It's going to be I-form, slot flex. It's a running play. And the play is fullback, fake, HB toss. Okay, so random play. Let's move the ball up. This is a play that you need to really pay attention to the alignment of the defense. What you need to look for is two things. One, is there a defender in front of our slot wide receiver? Right now there is. Perfect. Next question you ask yourself. How far out is the left, or I guess not the left, but whichever direction you're running, so in this case left, the left of screen edge defender, so it's the defensive end. How far out is he playing? Is he playing really far out? No, he's not really playing really far out. He's out there, but he's not too far out. We have a very good look right now. I think this will be a touchdown. We'll be one-on-one with either the inside linebacker or the safety. It'll be one-on-one as long as we get good blocks. Right there. He did a good job blocking. I just didn't get in the end zone. Right here is a really good look as well. Get the touchdown. This is just going to fake out the AI like every single time. Right here, it's another good look. The defensive end's actually playing closer to the left tackle. So we should get one-on-one with the linebacker or the safety. He realizes he got faked out, but he doesn't have enough pursuit or speed to catch up. Right here is not a good look. Do you see how there is a player in front of Antonio Brown, our slot receiver, but there's also a safety who's like right on top of him? This probably lets me know it's man coverage and that slot cornerback's blitzing. Regardless if he's not blitzing, that safety's in a position to make a play. So I'll show you. Get out, boom, I get stuffed. So this play is all about knowing what looks will work and which won't. Right here, perfect look. I think this is the perfect look. Boom, get out to the edge and get a touchdown. So this is a play where, let's say the situation right now is 1st and goal. This is the perfect play to call on 1st and goal because we have potential to get the touchdown right then and there. And the worst thing that can happen is they tackle us for like a 2-yard loss. But tackling us for a 2-yard loss, while it can be kind of good, it's also a bad thing for them. It's giving you more room to open up your passing plays. So it's not the worst thing in the world to lose 2 or 3 yards right now on 1st down. So run it one more time. Make the safety miss. Pick up some yards. So that's it for this guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like there's something for everybody. There are so many plays that you won't use every game. There will be plays that will definitely be your favorites that you want to call 5 or 6 times a game. And I just feel like this is a playbook that I feel like anybody can feel comfortable in. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for supporting me. Please leave any comments or questions that you have. Like I said, click the title of the video. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later.